Hey, it's your boy Dustin from the Flying Chairs, the Rise Podcast. And today, oh shit, you won't believe it. I got my girl Luna here. And we haven't seen her about like a year, it feels like, doesn't it? Like,
I think
oh,
more.
yeah, my God. And she was hosting for a little bit with us back in some of the older episodes. So if you guys want to catch some of those, scroll down. But no, I just wanted to have Luna back on the show to catch up with her because she's been a busy girl in this fucked up, crazy world that we live in. And yeah. So what's new?
So busy to being on TikTok. That was like where I was. That's where most people knew me from the paranormal and all the tarot readings and all the woo-woo witchy stuff. And
Yes.
then TikTok you remember when TikTok shut down for 24 hours and everybody like
Yes.
lost their minds, yeah, and it came back.
Yep.
Right after that, it just went downhill. And I think that every single creator could almost tell you that, like I went from having like 100 people, my best days watching my lives to 60. And then right after that, it was like 7 people, 4 people. So
Oh,
my tarot
that's fucking crazy.
business just kept going down and down and down. And I had to quit. I had to quit my
Oh,
tarot business because it wasn't great. But also on top of that, too, I was fighting the scam artists, the fucking fakes and frauds on there. I mean, how can you compete with somebody that's going to tell you your future and if somebody loves you and if you're going to be pregnant? It's just like people don't get that that's not real. That's not a part of tarot. But like,
right.
people are lazy. They don't want to do the work. They just want the easy pill. And so I was fighting against a lot of these creators. And if a lot of you had followed me on TikTok, you would know that a lot of my videos were calling people out and calling out their
Yes.
bullshit. So
I love
wasn't
that's what I
really the
love
most
about you. You're very honest.
favorite person. Thank you.
Yeah.
It wasn't everybody's favorite. People did love me for it, but I had some haters on it. And so I just realized, I had worked so hard on this tarot business too, because it was what I was able to quit my 9 to 5 job like four
So,
years ago and
oh man.
like pursue it. And, it helped me get the down payment on my home. Like when I tell you I was doing good, it was a very, very good business and I was doing very great for myself, better than in my 9 to 5 job. And then TikTok, man, I felt stupid for putting all of my eggs into one basket because that's exactly what I did. I
No.
put everything into TikTok. And so,
Uh,
I've just been like, what do I do? What do I do? And in the time of my business going downhill, unfortunately, one of my viewers, I love her to death. Flowers, I have to shout you out because I just love that girl so much. She represents the disabled community, the tarot
oh, cool.
community, and the cerebral palsy community. And
Oh,
she's just
nice.
amazing on TikTok. So go follow her, the Flower Princess on TikTok. She's amazing. And she says, Miss Luna, because she always calls me Miss Luna because I'm like significantly older than her. It's so cute. She goes, will you ever make a tarot deck? And I'm like I literally got big eyes. I was like, oh man, because I had made a tarot deck years before, and that shit's fucking
I
hard. It's
remember,
a
and
lot of
I actually
work.
remember that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And it turned out like okay, and I was like, well, girl, I was like, I mean, do you want a tarot deck? She goes, yeah, we want a tarot deck. And so I sat down in the summertime of last year for quite a few months and I pulled out the most beautiful deck I have ever created in my life and just took it to the next fucking level. And it's the Modern Mystic Tarot deck. I
Yes.
created it and it's a beautiful deck. And basically it helps you learn how to read tarot. You've got
Oh,
everything
cool.
in there. And it's an inclusive deck too. So you got your LGBTQ,
Oh,
all that.
yeah.
I created such a
That's
fun deck and it took me forever because that's 80 cards in here, and so that took off and I started an Etsy shop and then that's been doing amazing.
oh,
And then I
good.
was talking to you before the show and I've kind of been when you have a dream and your dream doesn't work out, you kind of get this like man, I guess some people don't get to live their dreams, and that's okay. It's okay. I did it for a little bit and it was fine. I got to help people. And so I was kind of floating around like a ghost, no pun intended, just not really sure
Yeah.
what to do with my life. Couldn't really pay my half of the bills. It was really bad, still is really bad. And I I decided to switch over to gaming and
Yep.
doing gaming on TikTok because I was like, if I'm not going to get views doing readings and things like that, I might as well just do something cool. So that's when I started my Twitch and doing gaming on TikTok, and it was fun. It's cool. And then I realized that's not really going anywhere either. That's not getting me the views. It's fine. I still have my Twitch. I still have,
Right.
that still will continue to game. But, um, you know, yesterday, out of all the days, so it's like it's so hard to put all this into words because it's like so much happened in such a short amount of time. So this is my original tarot deck. Okay. I had it, printed. I was, clipping the corners myself, hand cutting them. It was a lot of
My
work.
God.
So
I was gonna
I
ask you how do you design these pictures? Do you have like an AI program that does it, or
So
an artist?
InDesign, drawing, AI,
Oh, wow.
editing, InDesign, Canva, editing, and then Final
Wow.
Cut. It's not all AI. And a lot of people are just like, oh, it's all AI. I was like,
No, no, I was just no, I was curious. Yeah.
have you ever tried to have AI create anything for you? It is impossible. It does not do what you want it to do. So people might think it might be like, create me 78 cards of a tarot deck. That's not how that works.
No, no.
It has to come from here because
Right.
if not, it's you're copying it from other people. So a lot of people are like, well, where did your idea come from? And so for me, I'm a massive nerd. And
Huh.
this is like goes back to when I was a kid. I was obsessed with the original Archie comics, the
Oh
Sabrina
yeah.
comic.
Oh yeah.
And I was obsessed with the original. This is the newer one. So unfortunately, it doesn't have the Archie comic feel like it used to, but I'm a massive nerd. And
Oh,
so
that's
when
so
people
cool.
look at this, they will say, man, that feels like
Yeah.
Archie comics. And it's like,
Oh,
because
cool.
I
Yes.
love that I wanted to bring Archie comics to life in my own way. Obviously, there's not Archie comics, it's just my own vision of it.
Yes.
So I wanted
That's
to
so
have that
awesome.
feel
Yeah.
of like being in Riverdale, Greendale,
Mhm.
like all of this really cool stuff. So there's a lot, but then there's also people in the deck that are in the community. So Flowers is in
Oh,
here.
cool. Oh, that's
I've had
awesome.
people too. So I'm
Yes.
like, okay, I
That's
was
it.
like, so you think the AI creates it, but how am I taking somebody and creating them? Like people don't get it, it's all like in here. So this deck took me a really long time. So it all stemmed from Archie Comics.
That's
And so I
so
was like,
cool.
okay, I figure people are going to love it or hate it. So when I put the deck out, I was like, oh, people are gonna fucking hate it. Cause you're so hard on yourself.
Yeah,
There's
definitely.
still so many cards I wish I could change. I'm like, it's not good enough. I fucking hate it.
Oh man.
It's never enough. If I could tell you how many times I changed one card, you'd be like, Luna, why? It was fine. I'm just like,
Oh
it's
man.
not good enough.
No, yeah.
And so it took off. It really
Oh,
did. It took
fuck
off and it
yeah.
ended up being an amazing deck. So for me sitting here clipping the corners of decks and just it became so monotonous. And I'm like, dude, that's not a good way to spend my time as a business owner sitting here clipping. People don't give a
Yeah.
fuck that I'm clipping decks. Like they
No.
just want the deck. So I looked for a distribution this year to say, listen, I want you to print, cut all of it, ship it to me so that I can just get it to people. I
That's
figured
so
I'm
cool.
at
Yeah.
that point now in my business where I could do that. Well, I ended up receiving, and it's not good. So I ended up receiving the decks yesterday in the mail,
Mm.
and they're all damaged.
Oh no. What
So
happened?
I can't send them. So like basically if you look at some of the decks, let me show you here. So I'm trying to find.
I hope you get a refund or something or some
Oh yeah, I'm
fix
calling
it.
them and cussing them out tomorrow. So
Yeah.
basically, there's no
Oh
black on
yeah.
them, but if you look at the back of it, it looks like the ink was
Oh, oh weird.
everywhere, and it's all
Yeah.
that through the deck, and there's some in the front that are just like
Oh
really
no.
really bad, that they're like all white and smeared, and I'm like, I can't send these to people, and then they're
No.
scratched. But look at this
Yeah.
card, all the black is missing around the corners, they've been dented. So I'm just like, dude, this is messed up. I'm like, and then they were reprinting double cards in the deck, and I'm
Ah, no.
like, what are you doing? Like, I was like so mad. I spent a lot of money. Like, this cost a lot of money to print
Yeah,
these.
yeah, for sure.
So I'm just like, damn, okay. And I was like, the quality kind of is not really up to par for me either. So I'm sitting here like, okay, I've got 4 orders and I've got no decks that I can send out. That's just what it's like being a business. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? These people are expecting decks and I don't know what to do. And, so I'm calling them tomorrow and everything, but I'm sending these back and I'm going with a local printer for now. But I always say the universe does crazy things because if this didn't happen, I wouldn't have reached out to somebody. She's pretty big on TikTok. She makes the decks called the territorial decks, which are basically beginner decks, but she's massive on TikTok. Like she's
Okay.
huge. And I spoke to her and I said, hey girl, I was just like, I just want to know like what to do. And she gave me her inside person to like who publishes her decks and like she like reached out to me. And if she didn't do that, I probably like wouldn't have had the next steps,
Right.
like
Or
from
maybe you
where,
might even quit, you know, like shit.
yeah. And she was sharing her inside secrets and her decks are very professional, very beautiful. They've got the foil and the
Oh,
shiny stuff
sweet.
on
Oh,
it.
cool. Hell
Like,
yeah.
and she knows what she's doing. And she was telling me, she goes, I order thousands of decks and they come in pallets. They're on trucks. So just to
Whoa.
give you an idea of how big her business is,
That's
she's
so
got
cool. Fuck
pallets
yeah.
and pallets. So she gave me her hookup and I was like, dude, that's so fucking nice of you. So if
I
that
know.
didn't happen, I
Sure.
wouldn't have. So it just kind of shows the universe is like, like,
Yeah.
hey, this is going to be fucked up for you, but there's a reason for it.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, so that's happening. So hopefully we'll get a different distribution soon so you guys can get my deck. You can get it in all of my bios linked. You can go to my Etsy shop. It's really easy to find. But so I started creating a new deck. I've got two decks out now. This would be my third deck. And this one's
Okay.
kind of funny. And I'm sitting on a deck and I'm like, I'm ready for it to be printed, but I don't know who to print. I don't know where to go. And so here I am sitting on all this money for my business and all these great ideas. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say the C word,
Yeah,
but
you definitely can. Yeah.
it's the Cunt Oracle Energy Deck is the name of it. And it
Oh,
is
sounds hot.
so funny. So basically, it's like go fuck yourself,
Yeah, yeah.
like
That's awesome.
bullshit. It's got heart in it, and it's based off of manga. So I decided to do
Oh,
it off of manga comics. So the back of I'll try to pull it up here. So the back of the cards looks like a manga comic book and stuff. And I wanted it to feel like a lot of my other decks. So that one should be dropping next month, but this new distribution might not be able to get it to me for a few months, but it's okay. But it's a lot of fun. So here's like one of the cards and what they look like.
oh,
Kind
that's
of,
funny. Yeah,
you
like
can kind of
animated.
see the dots of like normal comic books back there.
Yes, yes.
And then the back of the deck, maybe it's this way, it looks like
Oh, it's
a
awesome.
comic book. So it's a lot of fun. So you got a lot of cuss words in there, bitch, please, and you've got your meeting and bitchy blessing. It's just a lot of fun. So I'm having a lot of fun with the decks. My business is taking off. I'm a lot of fun. So I will be starting a TikTok shop and putting all
Oh,
of these up on TikTok shop, which is something I swore I would never do.
is that something different than TikTok? What's that about? I never heard
Yeah,
of
so
it.
TikTok Shop is like QVC of TikTok. It's its own like subsidy of TikTok where basically, owners like myself of businesses can put stuff up on there. I mean,
Oh,
if you
cool.
name it, they have it on TikTok Shop. Like,
Oh,
I'm serious,
sweet.
you name it, you can buy it from TikTok Shop. So, I just figured it was a new time. So I deleted all of my videos on TikTok just
Oh
before we
man.
came on here. I
Oh,
turned
really?
my shop account and I'm going to be selling all of my tarot decks on TikTok shop now with Etsy and moving in that direction this year, taking my business to like the next level. So
Yes.
everybody keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out
Yes.
for that.
That is so awesome. Again, I'm excited to see this third deck or the ones that you're gonna create. Yeah, it's gonna be
Mhm.
sick.
So I have the Cunt Oracle Energy. This one is my Mystic deck, which is with fairies on it and stuff. So this one's already been produced. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a
That's
really pretty
awesome.
deck. It's very macabre feeling, like dark
Yes.
with the
Yeah, I love
fairies,
it.
which I
Yep.
really love a lot. So this one's available now for people to purchase along with my famous Mystic deck that I showed you earlier, this one here. So you can actually get a bundle of both of these together, which is great. So my pricing is really nice too, because I'm thinking about people in general and about like, can everyone afford my deck? Because that's what I want. I
Right.
had a few people reach out to me on Facebook being like, you're undercharging. And I said, I think I know. I think
Yeah.
I know, but I want people to be able to afford my deck and
That's so
be
cool.
able to get that in their hands. But I know that my deck is doing well. And the reason all of this came about and why I'm talking about this is because somebody stole my deck and they're
Oh no.
reselling it on TikTok
Oh
shop.
fuck no.
Yeah.
Can you
So
can you get the law involved in that?
no, because they're from Vietnam.
Oh,
So yeah, I did a little bit of scammer payback YouTube thing. I just went on there and I said, hey, I'm a really big buyer. I'm interested in buying 50 of your decks. I would like to see the rest of the cards. They're like, I'm sorry, we don't have access to it. I said, why? You don't have that on file? Because I want to see what cards of mine they have, if they have the full deck, if they had just a little bit. They stole my marketing pictures and they used it as theirs. And you can even see the video with all my tattoos of
oh,
the
hell no.
deck. Yeah.
Dude, that's so fucking crazy.
Yeah, so
Oh no.
basically what they did, and it's so weird too, because I'm telling you, AI is a very scary thing because I coerced them into sending me pictures. It took them 4 hours to get me a picture, which tells you they probably called their distribution, had somebody go get it. It's not in their house, right? So,
Right.
and it's Vietnam. So if you could, oh shit, it's so hard to show. But anyway,
Yeah, I see.
hold on a sec. Let me just turn it just a little bit. Hopefully it'll. Come on. So some of these cards, like these two are mine, but this one isn't. This
Okay.
one isn't. This one isn't. So basically, they somehow AI generated so that the cards would match my style. That's not my card. That
Whoa.
one's my card. That one's not. So
Whoa.
they did steal my deck, but they didn't at the same time. They're
That's
just
so
taking
fucking
my
weird,
idea,
right?
running it into AI, and I was like, wow, that one's kind of prettier than my card. Like, fuck. I'm like, damn, like they really like, I don't know how they did it, but basically they can take pictures and then upload it and
Oh, yeah.
reprint it. So basically all of the cards that were in the marketing, they stole and then they remade all of the other ones of their own from
Damn.
AI.
I was
Mhm.
wondering if maybe these cars can get like a copyright. Can you do that?
I thought about it, about publishing and stuff, but it can be expensive to find a
Sure.
publishing agent and things like that. So
So I
maybe
think
if
that
the
maybe
cards get big enough, maybe somebody would
sure,
reach out to me,
sure. So I think that'd be more
but
protection for your
I know.
stuff.
But the sad thing is talking to the girl that's bigger, she says it happens to all of us, and there's
Oh
really
wow.
nothing you can do about it. She's like, I have so many counterfeits in my deck out there. She's like, welcome to the club, and it's like
Oh,
really sad, but there's artists out there, whether you make journals, whether you paint, it doesn't matter. You're gonna find it somewhere on the internet, ripped off. It's sad, but it's true. Welcome to being a business owner making
well,
art.
yeah,
Nobody's gonna steal
It's funny
it.
you said that because some of the photos I put out of my um UFO photographs that I got from Colonel Wendell Stevens. I put them all online, and then I see them on YouTube, or I see because you see my hands with the tattoos. I'm holding the photographs. So again, like the fact that they're not giving me credit, that's kind of fucked up.
Or asking you.
They're
Yeah.
asking me, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Because I was saying in a TikTok video, because I showed people the investigation I did on all of this so people are aware. And I even tagged the store and they didn't care that I tagged them. They didn't
really,
care. After I called them out, they're like, thank you for your review. We appreciate it. I was like, you motherfuckers. Like they just don't because they're scammers. This is what they do.
right?
And what was I saying? Yeah, so I tagged them and yeah, that was they just didn't give a fuck at all on the
That's
slightest. So yeah, but
well,
so hopefully I'll be able to steer it in the right direction and
right,
whatever. But I was telling people, I'm like, listen, they could have reached out to me and said, hey, we really like your tarot deck. Can we make a second version of it? And I'd be like, well, let's talk numbers. You can buy my idea from me. And as long as
exactly,
you give me credit for the original one, yeah, I don't see why you couldn't make a second one, but name it something different and make sure that, I'm accredited for it. And I would have probably easily been like, yeah, sure, you can do that,
right, yeah,
if they would have came to me, and then been like, okay, every single, I get 30% of every single purchase that, or something, right? Or they could have bought me out for $200,000 or something. And I would have been
that's
like, okay,
some third world shit right there. That's some
yeah, but I did report them to TikTok Shop, and TikTok Shop is still doing an investigation. So hopefully they'll see my tattoos and realize like, hey, something fucking screwy is going on here.
yeah,
Like, how can the Etsy shop be here and the tick and it doesn't,
right.
so
Especially and some
yeah,
of the cars are different too. So yeah, fuck.
it's
It's so
wild.
weird. And so, no, and we could kind of talk about the paranormal community and how fuckery that is. You have some stories?
Oh yeah. So Nolan and I, we both looked at each other last year and we're like, man, we really miss the paranormal. He actually said that, and I was like, yeah. I was like, okay. I was
Uh,
like, let's go. And we did an investigation,
oh,
and
cool.
we put
Where
it up
at?
on YouTube. So we went to the Witch's Castle in Portland, Oregon.
Oh,
Um,
I never
it's
heard
like
of that.
basically a really dilapidated service station for forestry people, and it's like
Oh,
not being used anymore, and like supposedly there's this massive story about a witch who, anyway, go watch the video. We go into the whole background detail of it, and
oh, cool.
it was really cool. We got some really neat stuff on there. The paranormal, so there's a lot of stuff going on with the paranormal right now.
Well,
If you
please
guys
tell me.
well, if you guys don't know Ghost Hunters, Jason Hawes, if you guys don't know that show, it's a pretty big show. It's been on forever, but Jason Hawes is one of the stars of that show, and he is trying to buy the Conjuring House.
Oh,
The Conjuring House. Do you know the Conjuring House when I say that?
I know the movie. Is that connected to the movie?
Yeah, it's the house that actually stemmed from, like where the parents grew up and the haunting
Oh
happened.
shit.
Basically what's happened is people have owned this and they have rented it out for nights to paranormal investigators and stuff like that, and
Okay.
the last owner of it was a piece of shit,
Oh
and
no.
she ended up getting a lot of legal trouble and stuff like that. So Jason Hawes stepped in and was like, I don't really want to do this, but I'm going to do what's right for the house, and I'm going to purchase it, and I'm going to leave it, as a museum or whatever. He's
Yeah.
not going to like overcharge. So there's a whole case against it. And I guess there are some YouTube stars, and I use stars very lightly because they're fucking douchebags, but I guess his name is Elton Casti, is a big one in the paranormal field. And I don't even really know him or his content, but he purchased the Warrens Museum
Mm.
with comedian, what's his name? Damn, I forget. Comedian, he's a douchey comedian. He's like
Uh,
pretty boy comedian. I forget his
oh,
name.
I think I know who you're talking about. He's kind of like really controversial.
Yeah. Anyway, they both purchased it together. This is
Okay.
how much I don't really know these people, because I
Yeah.
don't really give a fuck, but
Yeah.
it's that guy. Comment it below, guys, if you know the name I'm talking about. I can't remember here. I will Google it right now because I'm just
Google
like,
it.
it's bothering me. Oh, Matt Rife. Matt Rife. That's his name.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
Matt Rife. Okay, so Matt Rife and Elton purchased the Warrens Museum, and the Warrens Museum is where the Annabelle doll is.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So the Annabelle doll. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And so they went in and on this, and now they're charging so much fucking money for people to go investigate this place. Like they've hiked up the prices, of course they have, because that's what they do. It's all about the money for them and the bullshit. And they're those investigators who don't take shit serious. And it's like, what is a comedian doing purchasing the warrants? It's just fucking
Right.
stupid. It's all
Right.
marketing tactics. And so Elton is trying to get his hands on the Conjuring house. And so there's this big like beef of Elton fans and Jason Hawes fans. Jason Hawes is a really good human being who wants to do the right thing. Elton Casti is just a pretty boy with followers who wants to come in and purchase it. And imagine what he's going to do to that house. He's going to upcharge it to the degree. And there's just like a lot of bullshit going on right now. Like he
Yeah.
went under and bought like the deed for the house under, but it
Wow.
still doesn't mean he can actually purchase the house. There's like this whole lawsuit going.
Let's say that must be a lot of money just to purchase that house because for what it is, right?
Well, Jason, he started a GoFundMe, and so
Oh
everyone's
my
pouring
God.
GoFundMe. He says, I will match it half.
Oh
So
my
I think it's
God.
up to like $1 million he's up to right now, just to.
Wow.
So he's a good person. I stand
Right.
behind him. He's a great person. I like what it is, because what I'm tired of is all these YouTubers going into these places, and it's like the same circle jerk of
Yes,
YouTubers.
it is.
They all do the same fucking thing. It's like, how many times are we going to see the Queen Mary? Like, come on, we're tired of it. All these famous YouTubers have done it. It's like, dude, it's not interesting anymore. It's not the paranormal. It's just a bunch of like, popular kids sitting at one table, and it's like, you've seen it all, you've done it. And it's obnoxious. And if you're not faking things or going to the extreme, you're not going to be seen. And
Yeah.
so, because of what's happening with the Conjuring House, this has kind of opened up a can of worms, and people are starting to see people's true colors. And I'm like, wow, I've only been saying this for fucking years, but no one's like believed me. But it's finally catching up. So, you have a lot of people who are standing behind Jason. And then, so Side Eye Guy, if you guys have never heard of Side Eye Guy, he's pretty big on YouTube in the paranormal field calling out bullshit. We
Oh,
like
cool.
him because he
Yeah,
watches videos and says, that's not likely, that doesn't happen. But he wears a mask and he keeps his identity a secret,
sure.
as one should if you feel the need to. And his,
Sure.
YouTube is pretty big. And so there's some followers of Elton Casty and all these other people that are getting involved and they're finding his information by calling up some haunted locations and getting his credit card records from these places
Oh my
and
God.
finding out who he is and saying, we're going to dox you. And they've already said his name online. Like it's turning into a very nasty thing right now. It's not even paranormal investigating anymore. It's just you're watching the pieces of shit be pieces of shit and they're actually getting backlash for it and then they're freaking out because of it. It's like, well, what do you expect? You're doxing people online. And it's like he's having to make a video showing a whole live of where they're talking about him, talking about his divorce, talking
Oh
about
my
like it's
God,
just
no.
like it's so gross. And so for me, I'm just like, I don't really want any part of the paranormal field anymore. I want it to implode on itself and
Yeah.
finally get all of the fucking pieces of shit out of there. And then when it all lays low, maybe we can come back out and say, you know what? All of us are done with the YouTubers. Let's do real investigating now. So, to be honest, it's probably in my best interest and Nolan's that we did step back because, to be honest, no one's going to be interested in our show right now with everything that's going on. And
Yes. Yeah.
that's just one person who's on the good side. Can you imagine the hundreds of others and all the things that are happening? And it's crazy what's
Super
happening. And then
insane.
you've got famous people like, Tessa Groff, which is Nick Groff's wife, and Nick Groff was a part of Ghost Adventures in the
Yeah.
beginning, but now he's not because whole things with fucking douchebag, Bagans and all that stuff, and she's coming out saying like all of this stuff is happening, and then you've got Amy from she has her own show. She's the redhead. She's like doing her
Okay.
own thing, but she's a fucking piece of shit, and she's going around like saying horrible things, and she's famous. She's famous and
See, I
she's
think
doing
is
horrible things and
the more ratchet you are, it seems that's the American people like. It's so fucked. Again, like
and
look at our
people will
country right now, for God's sakes.
yeah, and people still are with Amy Bruni and I was like, I don't understand. She's literally being a horrible individual right on the internet and people don't care.
No,
They
they
don't
don't.
fucking care and you're just like, what is going on? Like you don't see her true colors right now. But then you've got celebrities calling out other celebrities and it's like, it's getting bad now and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'm glad this is happening. I'm sad it's happening the way it is, but it needs to be seen. It needs to.
And you're right. It's not really going anywhere. You're not having Congress saying there's a ghost problem here on Earth. We need to fix it, or we need to study this more. Sadly, it doesn't make that headline. But again, it's
No,
just
it
like
doesn't.
it doesn't. Same with Bigfoot too. It goes only so far, but and there's so much fuckery in that group too. Right? Even the
Dude, the
UFO,
Appalachian stuff
everything is
lately
so
too.
fucking
The
crazy.
Appalachian Mountains. Have you seen the Appalachian Mountain stuff? Like, there's just so many people. Like, there's so much shit coming out about that too, and it's just like people are saying you're lying. That doesn't happen. You can whistle at night. You can open your blinds. You can,
Yes, yeah,
and it's just like even that is like, oh my God. I kind of went down a little bit of a wormhole on that one a little while ago, and I'm just, this is fucking stupid. Like.
it is. Yeah.
It's a bunch of middle schoolers in adult bodies, is what it is. They don't think there's consequences for the things they do.
It's
They're committing crimes on camera, and it's like, you're stupid. You're so fucking stupid. Like, you just committed a horrible crime on camera, and you don't think that you have to own up to that. And it's like, oh my God, these people are fucking delusional.
yeah. Especially when you call them out and other people are calling each other out. Yeah, it needs to be said. Again, taking your products and your ideas, it's fucked. It's so fucked.
Dude, there's so many scams. Everything is scammed now. Everything is scammed.
Yeah.
Everything. There's
Or
not one thing on
your
the
stuff.
internet that isn't scammed.
Well, your stuff is so awesome, or someone had to take it. That's another thing too. You had
So
something that
I
someone
just
else.
pat on the back.
No, seriously, someone like sees that you had something there where they thought they can take advantage of it and make money off of it. That is. again, I
Yeah.
think there should be laws, like copyright laws with
There are, but
yeah,
it's like, is TikTok going to do anything about it? And they're in Vietnam, so what can I do? It's like no one, what lawyer's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to contact Vietnam and take it. It's like, I'm fucking one person that somebody stole my deck. Big fucking whoop-de-doo. It happens every day. You know what I mean? And it's sad. Even though it's against the law, it doesn't mean that our laws protect us.
sure.
It really doesn't, because who's going to
Fuck.
do anything about it? It's like recently, like with witch talk, the witches on witch talk, they call it witch talk, and spiritual talk. And that was like
Yeah.
part of the TikTok I was with. And I spent a lot of time calling people out. I had gone, I'm just going to very vaguely talk about this because heaven forbid those fucking trolls come after me. But I had called out a specific reader because I had went to her live, and she was known for doing like black light tarot, which looked really fucking dope. She had
Okay.
like black light on her nails, her cards were black light, it just everything glowed, and I thought
Okay.
it was like, really fucking sick. So I
Right.
ended up hopping into her live. I'd been following her for probably a few years and never really like, so I was like, oh fuck. So I
Yeah.
like said something in her live, and she was saying something on the tarot. I don't know what it's on. I was like, but I thought the tarot meant this. Somebody was like, shows how much you fucking know. That's what her mods were saying to me in the
Oh,
chat. Like she wasn't even saying anything. I was like, no, I'm just really intrigued on where she's getting her messages from and how she's getting, because I really was like, what is she talking about? Is she
sure.
reading the card or is she psychic? That's all I was asking. And they're like, it's not for you to understand or know. You will never understand the abilities that she has. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Like, what if I was somebody who wanted a reading and I'm just trying to understand before I purchase, like, what's
Yes.
her, like, what's her
Yeah.
process? Like, there's nothing
Yes.
wrong with being like, do
No.
you tarot or are you psychic? That's all I'm asking, right?
Right.
And then her mods were like, said like, go fuck yourself or whatever, and they blocked me. And I was like, I'm like, what
Oh.
the fuck did I do? It was just like, but that's spiritual talk for you. So I went and made a whole entire video. I was like, listen, I had an experience. I'm going to say her name, but I don't want anybody to go, bully her because bullying doesn't help anything. But I'm just going to let you know her mods, I kept saying her mods are an extension of her. Think of it like an
Yes.
octopus. She's the octopus, they're an extension. I was like, how fucking rude. It was just like, what has Witch Talk turned into? Well, one of her followers didn't like that. It wasn't even her. So they went to my old OnlyFans, grabbed my naked photos and posted them all over TikTok and including putting them on their profile picture. And just
Oh my
because
God.
I
I'm
just
so
said my
sorry.
experience, I wasn't like, this girl's a bitch, don't follow.
No.
I wasn't saying anything
A
about
question.
it.
Oh
I
my
was just
God.
like, I just gave a review of a video. I was like, why is that? But you know what's even sad? She didn't even say anything or respond to it. She just was okay with her community just doing
Backing
things,
her up like that.
you
That's so
know?
fucked.
And
It's so I feel like these people get like a godlike status. Like
yeah,
they're so popular and everybody's following them, and then you have these mods that are like, this person's God and you're wrong, and what the fuck?
it's not that fucking serious. I always tell people magic is amazing. It's cool to believe in magic, but it's
Right.
also just important to believe in fucking reality.
Right.
The two can both exist. You get so far in your woo-woo shit, you're way out there, you got to still be grounded in what is possible in life. It's like some of these people are held to standards that are fucking should not be. And it's always the shit people too.
It is. And
Always.
half the shit they're talking about, I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to spiritual shit, it gets so deep and so again, where does this manifest energy come from? You know, it's like what the it's just like, just popping out words just to make it
It's
sound fancy. You know what I'm saying?
it's
It's like
so funny to me that they'll be like grand rising and like I'm gonna do Reiki energy on you, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like that's
right.
not even a like
Exactly.
you I'm on the internet. We're through a phone right now. Like that's
Right.
not what are you doing? Like, but the thing is they do it because it works. And it's such a
It's so
massive
weird
thing.
how, just to find out how does it work? Is this amazing? Or is the human race just getting stupider and just loves the
Yes.
drama and loves the
Mhm.
ratchetness? Like,
Yep. I have made a video calling out people. I'm like, you as the consumer are fucking responsible for how bad this community has
Yes.
got. You are 50% responsible as much as the people who are giving you the products. I'm like, have we as a society gotten so fucking weak that we can't even just decide what fucking shoes we're going to wear if
Yeah.
we're going to go on a date on Saturday night? When did we get so fucking weak that we have to go to a fucking tarot reader on TikTok and be like, should I go on a date on Friday? Are you fucking kidding me right
Oh
now?
my
It's
God.
like, tarot isn't meant for that, but they don't fucking care because they've been
No.
brainwashed to think, hey, this is, and humans, they want the fat loss pill. They
Yep.
want to do everything except fucking work out and stop eating food all the time, overeating. People want, money given to them without having to put in barely any work. They want to do as little work as possible and create as much money. That's fine. I want that too. Everyone fucking wants that. But then you've got people in the spiritual community who just want answers for miracles and not understanding that you as a person have to put that fucking work in. It doesn't just happen because some random tarot reader pulls paper. And
Right.
they don't want that. And even if the tarot reader's wrong, they'll never go back and call them out. Because if they
That's
do, then
so
that means they're wrong.
exactly. That's so crazy. Oh
Right?
my
Yeah.
God, it's an oxymoron.
It's so bad. And it's the
Oh
consumer's
man.
fault. And I
Yeah.
was like, so I spent so many years on my TikTok calling people out and I just became the villain. I looked at my husband, I was like, in 2026, I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole anymore. I just can't. Trying to convince people who are just so weak to not listen to this shit. I've tried to warn them. I'm like that person that's like, God's coming back, and I'm like, in the streets, like, he'll come back, and people think I'm fucking crazy, right? But then
Right.
they're gonna listen to somebody who's like, yeah, your boyfriend loves you so much. He's gonna come do this and that. And you're like, what the
Yeah,
fuck, man? Like,
yeah.
more believable.
Especially taking the advice of the tarot card reader, especially say, yeah, you break up with your boyfriend, and like, you again,
You
just you're
imagine?
no, that's so fucked. Like, you can ruin somebody's life because you're gonna take advice from a
You
person
get
who's
it, and you're not even a fucking tarot reader, and you fucking
no,
get it. And I say it
yeah,
all the time. I was like, there's so much responsibility that comes with being me as a tarot reader. Like,
yeah,
I could
you're being a
literally
homewrecker,
ruin someone's fucking life. Like, what if somebody came in and said, is my husband cheating? Which our tarot is not yes or no fucking question. But could you imagine if some gimmick one was like, well, give me $50 and I'll answer, they'll be like, yes. And she goes home and fucking divorces her husband. When in all reality, maybe he was working overtime because he was trying to get her a car. Or he was, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing as a society and giving these
right?
people so much power? And then people are so weak, they're like, wow, this tarot reader must be correct. And then she goes and gets a divorce.
Exactly. The weak-minded things is it's everywhere.
Well,
Like
they deserve
politics,
it.
it's in
They fucking
politics,
deserve it.
it's in
At
all these
point.
different. Yeah, dude, that's so
You know
insane.
what? If you truly, and the thing is like some people don't deserve it because some people are just that gullible. They don't know how tarot works. Maybe this is the first time they saw that specific tarot reader and then they believed it. And then they never came across my videos or other people trying to warn them, and then it was too late. So maybe there are some people that deserve it and there are that some that don't,
Right.
you know,
Why
just
don't you
victims.
just do your homework? Why you just again just I feel it's just so lazy just because I don't know.
And then
I
you
just
have other tarot readers who will fight me back and say, "Yeah, tarot is meant for yes or no questions because they're trying to save their ass because I'm ruining this for them." They'll be like, "You're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. If you don't know how to read tarot, just say it." They always say that, and I'm just like, "Wow.
wow.
Wow, good job." Like, is that how you're trying to save your business right now? And it's like it's so crazy to watch them just like fight to just keep the gimmick going, and it's like it's so fucking sad. And
It
that's
is.
why I got out of it because I'm like, I can't fucking do it. You can't compete with people who can give you everything. You
Sure.
can't, you
And I
know?
bet and I bet you the people who are in that community do agree with you and then again have their weariness. I always kind of have with like the spiritual shit and like the what people are claiming they know and shit. It's kind of like, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
Mm-hmm.
very unfortunate that we live in this world like this. I don't know. But yeah,
Scams everywhere. Scams everywhere. I was just watching a YouTube scammer payback. If you guys have never seen his
I
YouTube
never
before,
heard
please
that.
go
No.
watch him. His name is Pierogi. He basically spends his time with him and his hacker friends. He goes and helps people who get scammed on a daily
Oh,
basis from these emails that are like, this is PayPal, whatever. And like he goes behind it and shows people scams. Well, he was just talking on one of his videos how he's going after people pretending to be him.
Oh, that's
and
crazy.
going in his comment saying, "Hey, it's pierogi, I can help you." And so he's like finding scammers who help from being scammed are still getting scammers.
That is,
Just think about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, it's kind of genius on their part to have that even work. Like, what the fuck? Again, this if you put all that energy to do all that scamming, you could accomplish more things. I don't know. It's just so
I
fucked.
could probably own $1 billion business with how
Yeah.
much work goes into that shit. Like you have to learn how to hack and do like I want to come back as a hacker in my next life because what a cool fucking, skill to have. Like seriously, because I could find those people in Vietnam just like that and fucking shut their whole business down from over here, but like you can't do it because it's against the law. Right.
Mm.
And so a lot of these hackers that you see on a show, their faces are covered like
Oh
this,
yeah, yeah.
you can never figure out who they are. And like, it's scary, but I want to come back as a scammer in my next, like a hacker for scammers in my next life. I swear to God, I
Or you
really do.
be a catfish.
Mm. Fuck catfishes too, like even
That's
dating
insane.
as a scammer.
That's another insane. That's a way to get yourself killed. You know what I'm saying? You fuck with the wrong person that is falling in love with you over text messages and other shit, and you find out it's another whole different person. I love the TV show. It's really good.
The show Catfish, yeah, how they
Yeah.
got shut down though. But yeah, dude, what the fuck? See, even dating has scammers. Like everything has scammers.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. The dating scene is absolutely horrible. Again, I get to chat with somebody and make a date, and last minute, within an hour of meeting up, they just dip. Or
People are
they're
so fucking
ghost.
lazy.
Yeah.
They're
All right, I
so
hate the
fucking
ghosting thing. What's up with that? No one's got enough balls to say, I'm just not interested anymore.
There's
Just
so many times you will tell people when you're dating too, like, hey, I'm so used to people like just ghosting me and like only using me for sex. And they're like, I would never do that. Like, I totally get it. It's happened to me. And then they fucking do it. And you're like, you just can't trust what anyone says anymore. You just have to know that this person could be full of shit until they don't be full of shit. You're like, how many months is that? Like, when are they going to show it's scary. It's
it
so
is.
fucking scary because you just don't know how far somebody's willing to go. And like, what is the point in dating? Like, in doing that? Like, what is the point?
Yeah. It it
That doesn't make any sense.
it always ends bad. It's like, and yeah, it's so fucked. And then yeah, somebody could get killed if you really piss off somebody, especially if he was talking to a dude, a fat, ugly fucking, you know. Holy shit. I don't know. Um,
Yep. And then I found out about romance scammers. So they will
what's
make
that?
Facebook accounts and then they'll be like old veterans or something. And then they'll contact older women, like a 70, 80-year-old
Oh,
women
damn.
who will be like, oh my God, I saw your picture. You're so beautiful. And they're like Nigerian people, like
Yes, Nigeria. It's
on
known
their
for that.
computer. And then they'll just be like, oh my God, I was, out in infantry and I got shot and now I'm on a plane. Like, I don't know what to do. My credit cards were left behind. I can't find them. Can you send me money, babe? And they will because they're like 80 years old, and
Yes.
like 70. And it's like, dude,
There's so many on Dr. Phil. You see those on Dr. Phil?
No, is he still doing a show?
I don't think he is, but it just reminds me of an older episode where a woman claimed that some man was talking to her, or even a celebrity, like Johnny Depp was texting her and shit and want to marry her and shit. Like who? What?
I saw the one about Keanu Reeves.
Oh
Dude,
shit.
dude.
Yeah. No, again,
They'll use
how does
AI
that?
and
Yeah,
his
that.
voice, and they'll type it in and then it'll
Oh,
talk his voice.
oh, that's fucking gnarly.
So you can make Keanu Reeves say anything with AI. Yeah.
If I was like an 80-year-old woman hearing Keanu Reeves' voice, I still wouldn't believe it. It's just like,
No, but like people just don't get it. Some people don't understand the internet that like there's that blue check mark and
yeah,
all those things and they just don't get it, and it's like, oh fuck, and they're just not tech savvy. It's
yeah.
sad. And
But the
it's
fact
just
they're so willy-nilly to throw their money away to these strangers, that's so fucked. Or is it because we're so lonely and the dating scene is so fucked where all these lonely people just want to be with somebody where they would spend thousands of dollars just to fucking hug the person?
right.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. love, they just pull on your emotions. That's with tarot, with anything. They're pulling on the things that children, fertility, marriage, love, money, it's all that's what people want. That's what they desire. They pull after your biggest desires. Some people that's love, to want to be wanted, because some people just don't feel they're worthy of love, you know? And so when they find it, it's just like they don't care if it might be a scam because it might be true, you know?
Yeah.
It's sad.
Again, it's very sad. And yeah, I kind of wish we lived back in the 1950s where dating seemed to be a lot easier. You just go up to a girl and say, "Hey, I like
Hmm.
you. You want to go out?"
Have
Yeah.
you seen that new show on Netflix? I think it's 11/22/63, and it's
No.
got James Franco in it.
Oh, cool.
It's basically him going back in time trying to stop the assassination of JFK, but it shows going from 2017 to 1960s and
Uh-huh.
how there's such a massive. I thought it was really good. So
Uh-huh.
maybe you should check. I think that maybe you might like it because it's like it's such an interesting, but then he ends up falling in love and like
Yeah.
and it just goes into the butterfly effect and like yeah, it's very interesting.
The Butterfly Effect. That's another great movie too. That's fucked
Mhm.
up.
Oh, that was with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Such an old
And
movie. Oh my
yeah.
God.
And it seemed like his when he or however he got back to go to fix something, it got worse for him. You know, like he ended up being like crippled or didn't have any arms and shit and like
Yep.
yeah,
You could kill that one fly that would change everything,
everything.
you
Yeah.
know? It's like, but this movie shows that. And I'm not going to tell you what happens because you have to watch it. It's like
Okay.
you'll see it. It's one of the first ones on Netflix because it came out. But yeah, it's really
Cool.
good.
Sweet. Well, this is a little off topic, but I want to talk about your tattoos, your new tattoos that you've gotten since I've seen you last. I love the
Oh my
blackout
God.
neck. That is so sexy. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So I had a moth
I
originally here.
remember
I think
that.
you
Yep.
saw the moth.
Yep. Yep. Hmm.
It got so bad as it healed that it was just a blob, and people were like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, fuck," because it's like you don't want people to say, "What the fuck is that?" when it's right
Right on your
here. Like,
neck. Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
your neck, and so I'm really upset at the artist that she could have done like dark purple, blue, yellow, green.
Or
Like
bold, maybe bold lines of, make it
she
pop
just
a little
went
more.
dark purple on everything, and I didn't realize that that's what was happening, and it just got fucking worse. And so I went to laser removal, and the guy that I went to was really awesome, and he said, he goes, "Listen, I'm going to be real honest with you." He goes, "The neck is excruciating for laser removal." He goes, "That's why I'm going to give you a discount." He discounted me because he knows how painful it, like, let
Wow.
me just give that to you. Like, he was willing to discount his service because he knew how excruciating. And that was a pretty big tattoo. Like, it went
Yeah.
under here and like here. And so he also said, by the way, the one color that is hardest to get out, purple.
Oh no.
And that was the
It's
whole
mostly
fucking.
purple. Oh
And he
man.
said, listen, he goes, it's going to take about 2.5 years to really see if this is going to go, because you get a
That's just too
session,
long. It's too
six to
long.
8 weeks healing. Then you have another session, 6 to 8 weeks. So you have to wait like 2 months in between before you get it. And let me tell you what, it was excruciating. One of the
Yeah,
worst
I
pain
heard, I heard it's like
experiences.
a rubber band being snapped on your neck. Is it like that? Or like a hot grease?
It's like somebody taking a hot poker or prod and just right
Uh,
into your fucking neck. And it's like really bad. Let me just say, I'm a very tough cookie. And when he was done, I couldn't, well, I don't know what it was, but I started screaming and crying and I broke down. I never do that. Like, it's
oh,
just, I think my body went into shock and it
sure.
just, I lost it. And I was like, oh my God, I was like shaking and everything. And the guy was like, it's okay. I was like, no, I'm so embarrassed. Like, it was just, it took me almost 20 minutes to gather myself. And I'm not like that. Like, I never get emotional or like it's
But
almost
it is
kind
your
of
body, for God's sakes.
torture. I was torturing my fucking self is what was
Yeah.
happening. So, and then on top of that, you get a fluid sac. So it was like really
Oh
like
no.
swollen and it was just like, I'm like, oh my God. So I was like, I was just trying to get laser removals to see if I could cover it with something else or whatever. And somebody was telling me, have you seen the blackout tattoos? And I was like, no, what the fuck is that? Because it's still so new. Some people
Yes,
don't
kind of.
know about
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're just like, look up Ronnie Radke and all that. And I look at that and I was like, that's fucking sick
It's
looking.
so sick. Yeah.
And so I reached out to a tattoo artist. I went in and I said, listen, this is what I'm working with. And her husband are going like this, looking at it. And you can see him being like, like with the tattoo, like this is bad, this is a bad
Right,
tattoo.
right.
So, I'm like, listen, I was like, it's lightened up since then because I got laser removal. And they're like, oh my God, that's what they said. They're like, you got fucking laser on your neck. And I was like, yeah,
Oh man.
like, I want to get a blackout. And they're just like, okay. And I was like, but will it cover this? And they're like, babe, it's blackout. I was like, yeah, but are you going to see the lines underneath it? And because, I was thinking you would see like,
Sure.
scarring or whatever. And they're like,
Well,
no.
if the girl scarred you the first time, well, hopefully
I
not.
was like, this is like 4 scar tissue, like on here. It's like
Wow.
bad. And I haven't finished it yet. So I
Wow.
still need to get something here. I don't know if you can see. So I still need to get something here, but I didn't want Batman neck. You don't talk about his like his
Yeah.
costume. It's like I
Yeah.
didn't want that. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do here to finish it. I think I'm gonna do some color here so it'll make it pop. I'm gonna go get this bright pink and this one yellow since
Oh,
it's a
sweet.
flower, so it'll pop more. You'll have the color here. And then I've got the stars here that I'm going to put
Yes.
color into, which will be really pretty. I didn't want it to stop here. I had her kind of like, ease it down
So
a little bit.
yeah,
But
so you continue wherever you
did
went
it
to.
hurt? Yes. It's because everyone's gonna fucking ask. Blackout tattoos fucking hurt because they
Fuck yeah, they
don't,
do.
they use like 5 or 6 needles.
It's huge.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they go over
Um,
it tons of times to make it sure that's the other tattoos covered.
But when she did the first session and I like was like, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom. She only did this. I went in the mirror and I'm like, I fucking love it already. I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
awesome.
oh, I ate
Dope.
a lot of sugar and I was like, let's just keep so, yeah, I love it though. And I know you and I were talking, but I definitely want to get this half of this sleeve blacked out because I have Keanu Reeves here. We've talked about my Keanu Reeves
Yeah,
tattoo.
yeah.
So I'm going to get that blacked out, keep my Keanu Reeves. He's not going anywhere. And then on this side, I've got a really light black and gray. So what I want to do is like an over like patches on top of it of different tattoos
I,
and
you know
black
what?
out.
I started doing it. I did
Does it look good? Do you like it?
I do.
See, that's fucking sick.
It's Marge Simpson as a Playboy bunny,
Yes, that's
and
fucking
then
sick.
I have yeah, stand up for this shit.
Mm-hmm. See,
Uh,
that's fucking sick.
Oswald the rabbit,
I love Oswald. That's so sick.
and then I got
Yep.
the Playboy bunny.
Playboy Bunny.
Yeah.
See, I was wondering if that would look, they call it blast over, is what they call it. But I
Blast yes. That
want
would
to
look
do,
good on your black and gray because that's what I
well, what
have.
I was saying was, is I want to add color. And she says, I think we
Oh,
can because of how light
oh
it
yeah, for
is. She goes,
sure.
I
Oh
think
yeah,
we can. And
definitely.
then on the background, I want to do all black in between it. So
Oh,
it's like
cool.
all black and then the color. So I'm really excited about that. The only thing is I don't know what to do with my hand because I'm just like, fuck, should I just black out the whole hand or like, because it's not gonna anyway, but I have a lot of wanting to do. I want to get more face tattoos because I didn't have this the last time you.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's new too. That's so hot. Yes,
Yeah, I love that. You knew me when I had that one. I
yes,
also got
yeah,
the line right here,
yes.
which
That's so tight.
that's a little controversial for some people. They're fucking assholes on that one. But because a lot of indigenous natives
Oh
have
yeah.
this, because there's a lot of people that are like, she's a white girl, she's not indigenous. And I'm like, that's basically what I fucking am, you assholes.
That's so funny.
So like people
And a lot of those indigenous
check me
have
out.
more of a design on their chin. You just have a
Usually.
single line.
Mhm.
You see that
So
here in America all the time. Oh, that's so stupid.
yeah, it's like what the fuck ever. But
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely want to finish. So I think I'm gonna kind of do some color coming up just a little bit on my chin, but I don't know what I want it to be though. That's the thing. It's like, what do you
Mm.
put on a chin that would like look good? I don't know. So I'm gonna have to figure out what design I want there, but I'm really excited about it. I'm trying to think of any other tattoos I've gotten since then. No, but the blackout, that one's a pretty big one for me. Like that
Yeah,
one's
that's gnarly.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I can't wait for the color to be added in because it'll just kind of pop against
Yep.
the
The black.
black and it'll look
Yeah.
really sick. But yeah, your blast over is sick. That makes me excited because I haven't really seen anybody with one up close.
Yeah.
So
It's funny
yeah.
too. I when I was getting these blast over tattoos, my artist surprisingly never done any blast over tattoos. So he's like, "Oh, it's a new challenge for me." The fact that he's been tattooing for almost like 20 years. That's like
Mhm.
kind of shocked me. I was like, "No, what?"
Yeah, but you have to kind of think that's almost a blackout itself, what you're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah. So I'm just doing like a new sleeve with different fun things. Yeah,
Yeah. You should get a blackout.
I should.
Or you know what you should do? I saw this one girl, she just has lines, like black lines, and it's
Oh,
really
cool.
cool looking, like right here. And I'm like,
Are
dude, that's
they thick lines or thin?
They're
Oh
like
yeah.
really, yeah, they're like that thick. And they're just like, that looks really fucking sick. Or you have some people who have like had a color tattoo and then they'll do the thick black lines on
Oh
top of
yeah.
it.
Oh
So it's
yeah.
like really fucking trippy looking.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people that have this, and I'm like, damn, okay.
Yeah, it shows that you're a champ. That's some sick shit. I remember
I
like
just don't want a shit fucking tattoo, you know?
I remember getting this close to my throat. I mean, it's the bottom of my throat, but that I just felt the vibration of the. I was like, hell no, I never get my neck done because it's just that little part of my neck. Hell no. No, hats off to you, especially the blackout. That's
Right here on the collarbone, right here.
yeah.
So I was like apologizing to her that I was moving. She goes, "Trust me, you're not moving. You don't move." And she's like, "You." And I was like, I felt bad because I felt like I was. When she hit this collarbone, I went like this, and I didn't mean to, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so fucking sorry." She goes, "No, that's involuntary." She goes, "When I hit that, everyone goes like this," because
Really?
she was hitting that bone with a needle. There's no fat there, you know.
No,
Like if you
definitely
think
not.
about it, and need. Oh my God. I'm just like really just like, God damn it, there's stars right there. So I have to have that done. I'm like, no, fuck, Jesus. I just want my throat to be done. I'm so over the throat, but also the chin doesn't feel good either, right here on that chin bone. Oh my
Right.
God. And she
So
didn't even hit that either.
yeah.
So
So this with that move, it kind of makes it look like you're gonna go full body. Is that uh, a mission or maybe something to
I
think about?
the thing is, I don't really know how to incorporate. I'm not sure if I'm going to incorporate the rest of the chest. I wouldn't even know what to do if I did. I probably could do some stars falling even
Sure.
more, but I definitely want to do my stomach,
Oh yeah.
and
I'm
do my
surprised you don't have that done.
I just have my side done.
Oh yeah.
Like I just
That's
have
gnarly. It's a gnarly
that.
spot too. Yeah.
My husband has his almost his full stomach done, so I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
But I really want that because I love the stomach tattoos, and then I want to go all legs. Like I want to have full sleeves, but I want it to be like really cool, patchy. I think I want it to be like anime and like cartoons. I
Oh
love
cool.
Morty and like all that
Yeah.
stuff in like a cool way. So like I would have Rick on this side and Morty coming out on this side.
That'd be
Like
cool. Yeah, yeah.
things. I just have to make sure that I really love it because this is what happens, kids, when you don't love your tattoo.
Yeah.
So this is
And
what happens.
yeah. No, you should do the leg sleeves. I got both of my leg sleeves done, and the kneecaps and the back of the kneecaps are the worst part of the leg. Because I
Yep.
think the tendons on the back of your leg are the closest up to the skin. I just remember it as I was like,
I
you gotta
have my
fucking finish
thighs
it.
done on the back of my thighs, and it's the
Yeah.
worst tattoos I've ever gotten in my life. So when
The
I
inner
have,
thigh too. The inner
oh,
thigh.
when I have to go get that, oh, I'm just already like, oh God, that's so tough. But I legs, I really want to get my legs done. I
You
have tattoos on my legs, but I just don't have like enough.
so are you going to the same artist now, or you just jump around different artists?
No, I'm gonna stick with her. She's amazing.
Cool.
Like to trust somebody enough to do this.
Yeah, that's gnarly.
Because
Yeah.
like she really did good because she did the dots and everything in
Oh,
there, like
cool.
made it look like stars and stuff. And
Oh, that's
so
sick.
yeah, to
Yeah.
have somebody get that small and trust them, I'm like, if you can do that and this, we're good.
Very
Yeah.
good.
And she also seemed to match. So she did this flower to match this one, but I wanted a sunflower, but it
Uh-huh.
looks like it was done by the same artist. So she's
It
really,
does.
really good. So I'm excited about that.
That's
So
so cool. Did
yeah.
you get those done before the blackout, or they?
Had this done, yeah,
Yeah.
before.
Mhm.
I had this done like 10 years ago. Then I did the moth and then did the blackout with this because I was like, I don't want to black this out. This is really done like
Yeah.
really nicely. I was like, I
Right.
didn't want that to go away. So I had the option of just, but I don't want to go behind my neck like that. Fuck that. Fuck.
Again, you
No,
can't really enjoy it, anyways. Yeah.
no, thank you. So I just was like, how can I make it look symmetrical? And so that's what I did. But
Do you
yeah,
have a do you have a back tattoo?
no back tattoos. I really
Yeah.
want to do like I already know what I want to do for my back tattoo. I am really into like cyber stuff like Tron, the
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Matrix, like all of that stuff. And I really, really like that futuristic stuff. So I'm gonna get the Matrix like coating down my
Oh,
spine. I
fuck
really
yeah.
want to get the Matrix coating. And I think it would be really cool. And I want it on my spine because I want to get the most painful tattoos done just to
I was
say
gonna
that I,
say, what are you in the mission for? The most painful shit? Look at you.
yeah. So I definitely want the coating back there. I don't know if I want it throughout my whole back or just right down the center, but
You ever heard of it's called oh, dude, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's, these tattooers from Italy do blackout projects, but like brutal blackout projects. Like it's chaotic, where it's all about the pain, not really much. It's art in it, but it's more like the tattooer is just going like this, and you see these people just go. "Ugh."
I will knock a motherfucker out. I will knock a motherfucker out.
I can send you the documentary if you like. This it's
Yeah.
like
Oh
20
my.
minutes long. It's really interesting. It's a the fact that you find these people that are for the pain and the for the experience. It's really
Yeah.
interesting. But it's beautiful art with the blackouts. It's still like patterns and or straight blackouts, but yeah, it's called the Brutal Blackout Project. It's on YouTube.
And they're doing their whole bodies,
Oh yeah,
like
so
from head
you
to
see some of
toe.
the oh yeah, or they do some extreme like around the vagina, like just going crazy on the vagina, yo. Just fucking uh,
Ugh.
right?
I'm trying to find this one girl um, that I follow. I think this is what her name is. I think her name is Caroline, and man, she's gorgeous, but dude, like, no, okay. No, but I can't find her. But if I find her, I'll send it to you. But like
Sure.
some of these blackout tattoos are just fucking like even like so they'll do a tattoo on top of the blackout
Oh yeah, that's so sick. I was
and
thinking
like
about like white ink over that, you know?
yeah, but the thing is like people have told me like, oh, you could do like white ink on top of it, but like you have to imagine when that heals, that's not gonna look
No, I
like,
think it's gonna turn
you know.
yellowish probably.
Yeah, it's gonna look weird. So I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna touch the white. If I'm gonna do a full blackout, I'm just gonna leave the fucking sleeves. But like, look at this girl.
Oh, it's sick. Hell yeah.
Like,
And the artist um very
oh my
symmetrical.
God.
No, this it fits her face very well.
No,
And
it does, but
it
like,
takes a good
holy
artist to do that
shit.
too.
But see, I also like this look too, where it's like you do the art and then the black behind it. So it
Oh
like
yeah, so the white or the
that's kind of what I
skin.
want to do on this arm. And I think it would look sick. But I'm all about the blackout tattoo because I'm like, you know what? Just fucking go for it.
Yeah, you already
Just
fucking did your neck. That should have been the last spot to get a blackout. You
Mhm.
doing it backwards, girl.
I'm doing it backwards, but you know, whatever.
No, I don't
Whatever.
care.
I
No, it's
haven't really
awesome.
gotten a lot of hate for it, which is interesting because like,
Well, I know that well, that stigma with the in the tattoo community of if you're looking like you say you only have your hands tattooed and your neck all blasted out and you have your clothes on makes it look like you're all tatted up. But realistically, you only have such little
yeah,
spots that kind of make it
yeah,
look like you have a bodysuit. Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
There's a lot of things going around on the internet too of like people who are fully tatted, like you and me, that are just like, oh, well, you know, you get the fine line fucking girls that do the little
Yeah.
butterfly shit. They're like, you know, I got tattoos, it didn't hurt. And I'm like, and then it like pans off to someone like me, like, yeah, it definitely didn't hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the tattoo industry. There's a lot of shit going on in there too. A lot of fighting between artists and like,
Oh yeah.
should you
Shit.
charge, should you not charge, how much, and like this and like there's and like right now it's all about pain. And it's like for me, I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck if you think tattoos are painful or what spots you think are painful. Just get the fucking tattoo. It's like, it doesn't matter if you could handle the pain or like, I know
Well,
pain. Like, I'm not gonna go be
again,
like, oh, mine's worse than yours. Like, who fucking cares?
no. And realistically, if tattoos hurt that much, no one would have tattoos. But again, it takes it to a I'm trying to think the
Spiritual level.
or just I don't know I don't know what my drive was to get tattooed. Maybe depression and my family was getting divorced and I don't know. There's a lot of shit
There's
that made
a lot that goes in there.
motivated. Yeah.
Hmm.
But no, this but once I always loved tattoos. My uncle had the full sleeves tattoos, and I was a kid. I was just rotating his arms and just being amazed and like, I'm gonna fucking do that when I'm 18.
Nobody had tattoos in my family growing up.
No?
I have no idea where it fucking came from. For me, I have no idea.
Uh,
Like none. I just decided one day that, oh, I mean, really, I think the deciding factor for me was is I was either going to go be a model in New York City or I was going to spend the plane ticket to get a full sleeve.
uh,
And I was tired of the modeling agency telling me I wasn't skinny enough because like back then I was like 90 pounds soaking wet. And this
oh
is back
my
in the
God.
early 2000s when the stigma was to be anorexic. Like
Right,
that
right.
was the thing. And so to be told, I'm like, dude, you can see my collarbones. I can't get any skinnier, right? And so think I was just tired of being pushed and pulled and being like, you're not tall enough. I was like, dude, I'm like 5'9". Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, no one's gonna know looking up at me on the catwalk that I'm a half an inch too short for runway. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And it's like
Yeah.
being told that your eyebrows aren't thick enough for this. And so I just was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go get a full sleeve, and that was it. And
That's like, yeah.
that was it.
It fits your persona really well. So
I love it. I
yeah,
love it.
yeah,
I can't wait to get more. I'm like, I can't wait.
that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had more money to spend on tattoos, but
Same.
but no, it's so
Same.
awesome.
Yeah, this business
Ah,
is gotta fucking take off already. It is. But it's just we gotta get that inventory so I
yes.
can
I
pay for
wonder if there'd be like a way like maybe the first few buyers would get like an extra certain things or like
oh, they get free stuff. Oh, for sure. They get lots of free stuff. So like when they get their deck, like here's some waiting to go out. So I wrap it really
oh
nicely.
cool.
They get a
It's got a
bag that's
pouch.
screen printed. Yep. And my husband screen prints this. So
Oh, that's
everything is
awesome.
handmade. And they get free fucking stickers. So they do get a lot of free stuff that comes
Oh,
with it.
cool.
So yeah, they get taken care of. And I might end up adding over time some other things, some things. We'll
Sure.
see what I come up with. I'm not going to make promises yet because I would have to keep them if I say it on the internet. So I don't want to say anything I can't keep yet, but yeah,
Oh man.
I'll definitely take care of people. And I'm never going to really overprice my tarot decks.
No,
I don't want to do that to people because the economy is really hard right now. And a tarot deck isn't a necessity.
no,
So
it isn't. So yeah, it's kind of hard to
yeah.
feed the people who want to get into it. But yeah, that's so again, awesome that it's rolling and it's got to go because you are very talented. Everybody
Thank you.
loves you that interacts with you. And my co-host Daniel, that doesn't really show up much on the podcast much anymore, but he talks about you a lot and he likes you a lot. And this,
Oh, that's
yeah,
nice.
he just thinks that
I'm
you're
glad.
really cool.
That's so cool.
But what was I gonna say? We talked about the Twitch playing games
Hmm.
and fuck. Well, tell me some more things that you
Yeah.
haven't told me yet. Yeah, here you got a new house.
Uh-huh.
How long
Yep,
ago?
four
How long?
bedroom house. We got that a year in like 4 months ago.
That's so awesome.
Oh yeah,
Congratulations.
being home. Thank you. It's so exciting. It's just nice getting out of the tiny house. Not that there was anything wrong with the tiny house, but you
And I always
know.
kind of envisioned myself in a tiny house. And I was like, another thing that I thought was really cool about you that you actually had one. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. The people that we were renting it from, I think it was time that we left anyway, because they finally had a kid and like all that
Oh,
stuff. And so it's just kind of like, and we were getting married. So it's like, you don't want to cramp somebody's style and just be like, oh, I've got a married couple living in my back. It's just like we decided it was time. And so a nice 4 bedroom house and it's beautiful and we love it and it's cozy. A lot of work needed to be done to it though. It was definitely a fixer upper,
okay.
but it was worth it. It was worth it because we got to make it our own.
I was gonna say, I can imagine if some of those rooms are awesomely painted. Like I can
Black.
see, yeah, that's awesome.
Everything's black.
Well, you should
But
do the outside of the house black.
we are. We just
Are
had to
you?
paint like a stupid light blue color and we can't stand it. So we did the front yard with grass and black mulch, which looks really nice. And then we're going to do like a dark, dark gray charcoal color that's like almost like black. But yeah, we're gonna do that on the
That's so
outside.
awesome.
And then we're gonna do the front of the house. It's all gonna have wisteria, which is like purple flowers like hanging from it with like lights on the front. It'll look really fucking sick.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, we
And
wanted to get like the big skeleton, that people get from
oh
Home
yeah,
Depot. I want to
that is.
lean on the roof all year round. I swear to God, I'm gonna do it.
Oh my
I want,
God, that'd be a head turner.
yeah, I
That's
definitely
awesome.
want him up there all year round for sure. Maybe he could be on the roof, like,
Oh,
all year round. Like, like who knows? We'll see.
it'd
It'd
be
be
funny
fun.
if he's holding a giant tarot card. Oh, did I put an idea in that head of yours?
Yeah, yeah. Have him holding a lot, or I can have him doing this. But I think the HOA might
Yeah,
for
right.
that.
Do you
Oh
like your
no,
neighbors?
no.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
I
that.
like those neighbors next to us. They're very nice people. This one over here, she's a fucking slob. She's a
Oh,
fucking slob. dude. I've had to report her to the city because her fucking backyard and her front yard are disgusting. Her blackberry bushes are growing into our backyards. We're having to cut and throw things back on her side. And so they said,
Huh.
"Oh, they're like, we'll start charging her if she doesn't clean it." And I can tell you they're charging her and she's not doing anything about it. She just doesn't care.
You think she's a hoarder? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because the front of her house looks like she's abandoned it. Like
Oh
she's
yeah.
got these like this fucking tall
Oh
and
my
like
God.
everything's dead. She's got like a grocery cart with a broken
Oh
TV,
hell no. That just
like garbage
this cramps the
everywhere.
style of the neighborhood. Hell
Fucking
no.
stinks. It smells like she hasn't picked up dog shit in her backyard forever.
Oh my
So that kind of
God.
sucks. But whatever. So I
Do
wonder
you
what
guys
will
have any
happen.
pets?
We don't. We
Oh,
we
okay.
have a little jumping spider, little jumping
Oh,
spider.
cute. What's his name?
His name's Lucifer. But the thing
Pretty
is
fitting.
we didn't name him that. The breeder had him named Lucifer. And when I saw him, I was like, dude, I love him. And she was worried because her wife was telling her, like, maybe we should change the name or whatever. She's like, no, someone's gonna love his name, someone's gonna love him, and they're gonna get him because he's all black with little green,
Oh yeah.
fangs, and he's got a little white butt that kind of looks like a skeleton face.
Yes, yes.
And she goes, just leave the name. And sure enough, I saw him and I was like, I want Lucifer. I fell in love with him. She's like, see, my wife was right. I just needed to leave it alone. Somebody would have fallen in love. So I didn't name him that, but I have to say it's a pretty cool fucking name.
That
So
is pretty dope.
yeah,
I would think you would have one of those death moths as a pet.
that would be really cool. I have a Luna moth over here that's been taxidermied.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one's cool, but yeah, a moth would be neat, but I feel like they only live like what, 24 hours or something?
Yeah, it's a very short time span. And I love the moth caterpillars. They're most like the most gnarly looking insect. And then yeah, I think moths beat butterflies by far in like beauty and like
Hmm.
they look soft. Some of these look like they're like a toy, a stuffed toy or some
Yep.
shit.
Yep, because that's the Luna moth, and the Luna moth's got like the little tails that come off of it, and it's
Yes.
like that doesn't even that's not even real. That
No.
like you look at that and say that's not real.
Right.
I can't, but it is.
Yeah. The fact
I
that
just wish I saw more moths because you always just see the little white ones. You know what I
yes.
mean?
Yeah.
You don't get to
Right.
see the big ones. And it's
No.
kind of sad
I wonder if
because
they
they
get
only
eaten up
live
right
for
away.
24 hours.
Yeah. Or they get eaten up right away too. Bastards. They don't have Buffalo Bill to take care of
I know, right?
them.
John Wick to come protect them. So sad.
Yeah. I heard they're making a new Constantine. You hear about that?
No, I'm so fucking excited.
I don't know if it's this
I
year or next year. I'm not sure, but
don't know. I
when I
just
heard,
rewatched the first one the other day and I was
oh,
like, I
I
have,
love it. I
yeah.
love it.
Have
I
you
love
seen the new John Wick one with the girl ballerina? Have you seen that
no.
one?
And speaking of ballerina, I saw that you were thinking about.
I did do it.
Oh, you
And I
did
did
do it.
think about it, yes, but like I
Okay,
said,
tell me more.
my business
I
took
thought.
a shit and I couldn't do the class anymore because it cost me like
Oh, okay.
a month. But I did do ballet and I have my point shoes. I still want to go on point. So maybe this year it's one of those things where I save for my dream car, I save for my ballet, and I'm able to do that. But it's just, it sucks. I'm telling you, it was like I started it and I loved it. The teacher's probably like, she probably got hit by a bus because I stopped going and like
Right.
I enjoyed it. It's so much discipline and it's
Yeah.
just
Especially if
wow.
you're starting at a older age because a lot of the ballet dancers are starting at elementary school and shit. And
10 and they're moldable and their body grows around all the stuff that they do. And then, you get into it when you're older and it's like your body's like, what the fuck? I'm not doing that.
you know, one of the movies I really like was Black Swan. I
Hmm.
thought that was awesome. The psychologicalness of
Such a pretty
the girl
movie.
going crazy. You know?
Kira Knightley, that's who it was who
Yeah.
did
Hmm.
Swan. But yeah, it's so cool. I just love ballet. Like a lot of people would not know it looking at me, but I love classical music. Anything with pianos, cellos,
Yeah, me
violin,
too.
the
Yeah.
theater. Brought like anything. I just love that kind of stuff. It's like so up my alley. And I always tell my husband, if you ever want to take me to whatever, and he did, he took me to a quartet on Halloween where it's just four people playing, violin, I think it's cello, bass, and a few violins. No, it was something else. I can't remember what it was. And it was all horror music.
Oh,
So it was
fuck
all like
yeah.
of like different stuff. And he did that.
Yes.
And I was just like, I was so smitten with it because I was like, this, I love this.
Oh
I
man,
love classical music.
me too.
That's probably why I like heavy metal music.
Oh, yeah. I would say I think a little off topic, but cats have a tune for classical music. You know that? Like
I
they,
did not know that.
yeah.
It's always something with those motherfuckers. It's always
All
something.
right. Well, the witches use them for harnessing their bad energy, and then you got the Egyptians that were using them for, well, just worshiping them as gods. I don't know.
Gods, yeah.
Yeah.
They
Or,
would kill them
uh,
when their person would die. They would kill them and put them in the sarcophagus with them to take them to the other realm.
oh shit. Okay, I didn't
Mhm.
know
That's
that.
how much they looked up to them. Yeah, they would sacrifice them after their owner would die, or a deity, or what it was. They would kill them and put them in the sarcophagus so they could take them
That's
to.
so cool. And
Mhm.
then I have heard too, with the cats. Oh yeah, so how the cats in general, their relatives don't have the eyes like the cats do. You know, like the bigger cats all have the round eyes,
Mhm.
and the fact that
Yeah.
they hiss like a snake. So it's like almost like a hybrid animal for humans to help harness energy, or they see it at different frequencies. I know
Mhm.
cats know when death is about to come for a person that they sit on their chest, and
Mhm.
yeah, it makes you like,
Could you imagine being in that old folks home? You're like, get the fuck away from me.
yeah, it's not
Could
my
you
turn
imagine?
yet.
How much are bullshit? No,
Yeah.
but yeah, they're gray walkers. They walk on both sides. They can see death.
Yes.
They're very much, and it's so interesting because anytime I do a private reading for a client, they will always say, "Oh, my cat's here." You'll see their cat up in their face and like stuff,
Oh
and they're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"They never do this," and I'm like, "That's because you're doing spiritual things.
Yes.
They're
That's
like,
so
"That's
funny.
crazy." They're like, "The cat never does that." I was like, "Well, that just proves to you they're protecting you because." I'm doing a reading on you. I'm harnessing energy, all that stuff. And they're like, wow, I never thought about that. It's to see how many cats show up when I'm doing readings. It's so
Well,
interesting. And they would never do that, you know? They
I
really are
think you're asking
protected.
he's a black cat to help you sell those tarot cards.
The thing is, we really do want an animal, and I would love a cat. Really, I would. But we have so many strays, and I'm afraid it would start
Mm,
pissing on our front door if we got a cat because I feel like they would know that it's in the house. Like, I feel like they can smell each other. And so I'm just afraid it would come up and start marking our door, or you know what I mean? Or like trying
really?
to get out.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm just because they do mark their territory. They
Right.
really do. So I'm just afraid if I got a cat, it would be like, okay, I see. Because the cats come up on our front porch all the time. So if the cat inside the house saw that, they might hiss and want to pee on something, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
why
if you have
I'm
stray cats in your neighborhood, then yeah, I guess it's close enough to a pet.
close enough. They're obnoxious. They're very obnoxious, but yes, close enough. But yeah, no, we've talked about it. We said that when the universe provides something for us at the right time, that's when we know it'll be our time. Like I'm just waiting for something to happen. I'm not forcing it, but yeah, I do miss animals and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
cats are such amazing. They're either really stupid or really amazing creatures. You either get one or the other.
Yes.
And I have a feeling mine would be a little on the specials
That's
always.
awesome. Oh. Well, I
Mm,
definitely could see you with the cat. And yeah. Well,
yeah.
again, I had so much fun catching up with you because I was so curious what was going on in your life because you had so much. Again, you still do. You have so much things going on hobby wise and getting your career off the floor. And yeah, I'm here to support it. I'm here to promote your products and anything
Thank you.
else.
I
If you
appreciate it.
Yeah, if you could send me your website too, I can put it in
I
the
will. I'll do that. I'll send
description.
it to you. But yeah, I mean, like honestly, I had so much going on, and I just said, you know what? I gotta slow down a little bit. And then the universe was like, guess what? You're not gonna do tarot anymore. And you're like, wow, that really fucking sucks. But then it's pushing me in this direction. It just it's crazy how the universe was just like, everything's working. I wish I could say there were so many more exciting things happening, but you know,
Would you want to read a card from me? Or is
yeah,
that
let's do it.
let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll do like just a nice general card pull just to see.
Yeah.
We'll pull three. All right. Yeah, you got it. Okay, so you have to take care of some things, okay, with the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is about burdens and frustrations. This is about understanding instead of taking on more things, you have to start completing things. So start focusing on getting things done, taking care of maybe things that have been sitting on your shoulders for a while, because then it goes from responsibility to a lot of hard work, and now you just don't want to do it anymore. It just becomes a burden and frustration. So it's really
Yes.
time to focus on that. Also, with that is the Two of Pentacles. You've got a lot going on. So I think you have to learn to balance what is a priority for you compared to what is not right now. This is all about making decisions, working on your time management, where you're putting your energy, because the Pentacles is abundance and it's not always money. It can be spiritual, physical, and mental abundance, your worth. So
Uh,
make sure that the energy you're putting towards things right now is really worthy of your time because it looks
sure.
like you have some things going on that are not. And success with the Ace of Swords. So
Oh,
the
cool.
swords are all mental. This is all about success. And when you're going to find your success through your ideas. So when something pops in your head, which I always tell people, I do this to myself too. When I have a thought and I'm like, wait, that's dumb. No, don't do that to yourself. Like, know that that's like a connection. Like you're getting a download, like
Huh.
run with it, be open to new ideas, open your mind up because that's where you're going to find your success is through your mind and all these ideas that are being given to you. So I think there's a sense of knowing that you're completing things, you're finishing things, getting rid of things that no longer serve you to then now open yourself up to like more opportunities here and all the ideas and things that are coming to you. So that's where your success is, your breakthroughs, your aha moments for
No,
yourself.
that's pretty spot on. Tell you, I
Yeah.
am kind of like struggling with a few things that I haven't really completed. It's funny that you said that. I was like, ooh, what shit.
Watch,
You're right.
watch what happens when you complete them. Once you complete them, you get rewarded.
yeah, it comes with that anxiety too. It kind of blocks me from accomplishing some of those things. So,
The unknown. It's always the unknown with humans.
right,
What's going to happen if I don't, if I do? The thing is you're never going to know, but it's a path and you have to take the path because eventually it's going to come back around and it's going to slap you really hard and you're going to realize, man, I should have taken care of that. But this is also a sign for you too from this reading saying it's time. This is like really screaming at you to try to
right.
accomplish it the best that you
Well,
can because
cool.
there are so many downloads that are ready to happen for you and that's where you're going to find your success.
Okay,
So
cool. Well, I'll
uh-huh.
definitely take that in consideration here. Definitely.
Spirit knows what you need to hear. The universe knows what you need. You've been called out. You've been called out.
That is so awesome. No, thank you so much. I'd love to have you back if you're willing to. I'd love to have
Absolutely.
you. And actually, I was talking to Heidi Pop, and she actually mentioned you too. I think she saw that there's a flyer
Okay.
that I made that you're going to be on the show. And she just moved to Wisconsin in my hood and Sturgeon Bay. No,
Lucky.
yeah, right. No, it's just cool that somebody that I've you know been ahead of my show, and now I'm actually getting to see her face to face. It's
Hi,
pretty awesome.
Heidi, in case she
Yeah,
sees this.
yeah. No, and I'd love to have both you guys on
Yeah,
just to kick the
I'd
shit
love
because
to.
we had that one episode with her and I think Aaron.
Yep.
I think he's from Sturgeon Bay too.
I adore her.
Well, cool. Well, Luna, I'm gonna head out here, and that was so awesome. Thank you
Mhm.
again, and I can't wait to have you back.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
Can you stay with me for 2 minutes?